stuff, 20 a dozen. I mean, $40 a half, 40 a dozen. These ones you get $25.
Hey! Michael, over here! Thank you very much.
So, what's your back?
Watch out.
Watch out.
Don't fall. Trust me. Lovely.
Thank you. Thank you. Good.
Yes, Kathy, well, let me know how it goes. Yep. Yes, no, let me know how you get on. Bye-bye. They have an empathy. They can completely understand what it is like to live in a goldfish world. And I think that balances the relationship. So yes, definitely I do think that it is much better if they're both equally successful. I think it has a better chance working out long term.
The other day, we were sitting on our holiday vacation, and I had a thoughtful look on my face, and...
No, this is a very funny story. Michael was sitting relaxing, and he had this wonderful, relaxed look in his face, and I thought he's bound to be thinking something romantic. And I say, honey, what are you thinking about? And he said, nuclear disarmament.
I think Catherine Zeta Jones and Michael Douglas, they're both incredibly successful. And I think it certainly works at the moment. I mean, however, in 10 years' time or whatever, when he's in his 70s, it might not necessarily be such a good idea. I think Paul McCartney and Heather Mills, they both have the relationship was actually built on a more sort of deep and meaningful founding, if you like. They both had a cause and they both had a lot of grief. And I think that's something you need to relate to. I think they're an excellent couple. I think they're terribly, terribly well suited. I think it would be very difficult for either of them to be in a relationship with somebody who was an unknown.
Hey! Jennifer, Brad!
For a relationship to last, in my experience, people actually have something, it's something to do with the centre part of the face, but they have to look similar. I think somebody who's happy within himself and somebody who isn't too competitive. You know, men can be very competitive, and so can women sometimes. But obviously, it would have to be somebody who would love and respect that person, but not be scared by their achievements, if you like.
Giorgio.
I think a really successful relationship, and certainly they've got one of the longest marriages in Hollywood, Mel Gibson and his wife, and they seem terribly happy. They've got lots of children, they have a strong family focus, and they met through an introduction agency, so I'm told.
No, thank you. Thanks, John. Dennis sends his regards. He's in hospital at the moment.
What's wrong with him?
He's having a hip replacement.
You have to have similar memories. You know, if you're saying you liked one particular era and the person you're going out with is 30 years or something your junior, in the end, it's actually a recipe for disaster. Living in a goldfish bowl, if you like, your life isn't your own because you're always in the public eye. And it must be very difficult for somebody to actually, who hasn't actually experienced that in their own right, to come to terms with it long term. And I think that's probably what happened.
I would love to.
Yeah,
if he would be in a movie with me. I would like that.
Is that an offer? I don't know if that was an offer. Women are so ambiguous.
We're not.
The main part of a successful relationship is getting to know each other, and I think you have to explore every part of the relationship. I think it's a little bit dangerous if they get married and perhaps the chemistry isn't there, if you like, long term. So it's probably something I perhaps wouldn't advocate. It's very difficult if you're a successful person and you're in the limelight all the time to know if people actually want you for you in here or if they want you because of who you are. And people can, you know, they say that love is blind, and I believe that, you know, a lot of people perhaps enter into relationships not really 100% knowing if it's going to work long term.